Alrighty then. Good evening and welcome back to Dragon of Ice Spire Peak. Quick recap. Last session, we got evicted from the Ashby manor. Gained a new uh, party member and discovered some places to go and formed a game plan. Left for those places and here we are. I roughly sum up everything.
More or
Yep.
less, yeah.
Oh, also, Lionel almost ate it twice.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
D's nuts.
Um, and he got fancy new armor.
Yes.
Very well. That finds us the morning following your camp at the crossroads of the Tribor Trail leading down to Fandalin. You all have roughly 2 more long rests before you will be at your destination of Butter Skull Ranch. And just to clarify, everybody has agreed to go to Butter Skull Ranch.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, oh wait, maybe we should do this in the week that's passed since.
Nope.
No, I thought we've discussed it all.
Phenomenal. Well, the trek the trek along the Tribord Trail is one of redundant scenery and thoughtful silence among the group. The events of the past few days weigh heavy on everyone's mind as the miles lead on. Korea, uh, following along the side of the trail, not directly on it, so as to not turn up the mud any more than it already is, has his towering stature casting a long shadow over the group. But all in all, your day goes quietly. Night comes, dusk rather, and finds you all about halfway to your destination. Another night, and you should be in Coneyberry by the evening, and Butterskull Ranch the morning follow. But uh, as you all travel and otherwise make your way down the trail, you notice that the skies to the west start to grow dim. As thunder clouds streaked with lightning uh, start to make their way inland.
Uh, how compact is the Tripod Trail?
It is wide enough for uh, 2 wagons to travel abreast.
Okay. And how... Oh, I guess how soft or spongy does it feel like? Is this hard compacted earth that's been trod over years and years, or is this still essentially like a game trail that will soon become muddy with the rain?
It is simply a dirt trail. It's definitely not a game trail. It has been used, but it is not so overly used as to be extremely muddy or become extremely muddy.
Okay. We should just really push on if we can through the rain.
Well, for the evening, if you all would like to travel through the evening, I need to know. And by evening, I mean it's night.
Hmm.
You will have to light lanterns and hope that the water does not depth them if it
Gotcha.
does rain.
I thought it was coming in the middle of the afternoon.
Nope, your travels have been relatively uneventful. The trail being redundant as you traveled it before, and time just drags on as you all muster thoughts of what has happened in the days prior.
Oh. If it's coming at night, then we're gonna probably need to rest anyway. There's no point in pushing ahead only to be exhausted when we get there, when we don't know what we're kind of running into.
Very well. Was everybody in agreement for resting for this evening?
Yeah, I think that if they do, Thorn will leave Reginald and Lionel to set up camp, and she will take Coria hunting and gathering just to get some food for the night.
An easy enough thing to accomplish. With the woods so close, there is game abundant. So, finding game, I believe your background actually, yeah. So you're able to forage, and with the combined help of Coria, you're able to actually get some game and bring it back relatively soon. It doesn't take all that long. I'm gonna open it up. If anybody would like to do anything, if anybody has anything to say to other party members, role play. If not, then we will move on to the next day. But for the moment, the floor is y'all's. All y'all's.
Wow. Man. I don't know. Would Reginald have anything to really say at this point? Let's see.
As far as Thorn is concerned, she doesn't have any business to, I don't want to say hash out, but a lot happened at the manor, and she's not the kind of person to sit and dwell on it. So I think she's just going about normal Thorn business, maybe a little bit quieter when Reginald is around, because I think she's still a little bit put off by him. But the presence of her brother definitely perks her back up a little bit. And she's just kind of like idly chattering to him about like the things they saw at the hunting lodge and the things in Fandalen and the Nomengard. Just regaling him of the strange things that she's seen on her journey thus far. But nothing directly to like Lionel or Reginald. She doesn't have anything like for that.
I think Lionel just finishes setting up the camp with Reginald and is quiet throughout it, and then after that, he pulls out his dragon chess set, sets it up, and begins to play a game with himself. A very particular game that he's very familiar with.
Okay.
He sets up camp and plays with himself. I got it.
Yeah.
Pops his tent and then starts, playing by himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got
Pitches a tent.
Same difference.
I've just got this like pseudo image from Baldur's Gate of like a mix between Gale and Arlax's tents. Or not Arlax, but Lae'zel's, like just all the metal and the magic
Yeah.
stuff. And you're just kind of like, you just plop down with a floating chest set.
Yep. That's basically it. I'm not gonna lie. It's very similar to that, but yeah, he goes through that game again and again, and if he finishes it, he just sets it up and plays through it again, trying to do different things.
Thorn considers stealing a piece just because she can. She just like stares at it for a minute and is like, no.
You're welcome to try. I probably won't notice. I'll be mad when I do notice, but I probably won't notice right away.
Yeah, I think Reginald more or less is gonna keep to himself and probably just like, I don't know, journal a bit and be like, "This is what's happened. This is the shit that went down at the manor." And man, Ashby seems like an interesting person, but at the same time, galaxy eyes? Question mark.
Dominique, if you forgot.
Yep, and I just like calling him galaxy eyes.
Oh, galaxy eyes. Well, uno momento.
Mhm.
Now that the fart has passed.
Listen,
Shut
man,
up.
passing gas sometimes can be a real question. You know this.
It's all right. I feel it. I understand.
As the evening proceeds and the meals are consumed, and Coria and Thorn go about their business, eventually Coria gets up to strut, spots you over the campfire in the tent, Lionel playing your game,
Mhm.
and his heavy footsteps betray his approach. Not that he was trying to be stealthy, but definitely breaks you of your reverie as suddenly you are in the presence or close proximity of a very large Coria who kneels down. Not that that really
Helps.
me. And eyes your chest setup. And I would like you to roll your dragon chess roll.
Okay. Do we want to use intelligence for that?
It is a kit that you are proficient with.
Okay.
So I would say use your
Proficiency.
proficiency bonus. Yes.
Okay.
He grabs a piece and moves it, and you take it. The match is currently in your favor. Roll
think-
again.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I won't say anything. I will start to move again, and I think Corey are coming in. I think Lionel is intrigued, but at the same time annoyed by this internally because this is a very specific game he's trying to play. And Corey doesn't know that, and I think on some level Lionel understands that, but his annoyance outweighs him at this point. He's just like, okay, well now I'm going to try and just beat you thoroughly in this game.
Well, he manages to outwit you this turn. And the the game is set even again. The piece is diminishing. Roll one more time for me. It's to note that Corey is struggling to grab the pieces in between the boards because his fingers are so large.
Mm-hmm.
And as he does, like you can tell every move, every time that it's his turn, he has to scan the entire board and memorize where the pieces are before he moves because he's afraid that he's going to knock them over. However, the game is now in his favor.
Yeah.
You recognize a certain move set. This next move will either even the game or cause you to lose. So please roll with advantage.
Okay. Let's see, I should be able to. So 9. Look like bread.
Well, I also rolled a 9. So we are going to re-roll.
Okay. I'm just getting.
You do it with advantage again.
Okay.
There we go.
Much better.
All right. You have successfully evaded capture. I don't know if you know much about Dragon Chess. However, there are 15 pieces, technically 14, I want to say,
Yeah.
on the board at any given time, and 3 layers, right?
Yeah.
At this point, he's lost most of his major players, and you still have a few. While the match is technically even, you have the upper hand just because you have more uh, versatile pieces. So once again, roll with advantage. This will determine the match.
Okay.
That's crazy because I also rolled a nat 1. So
Wow.
your moves are fumbled. You're nervous, but
Mm-hmm.
you recognize the opening and take it. And he lets out a low growl. And he says, I am incapable of setting this game up myself. I always have to have the little ones. Any eyes, Thorn, set it up for me. However, if you wish to play again, please grab me. I get the feeling, though, that this meant a little bit more to you than it did to me.
It did. It was me thinking and trying to replay a match that I had lost. I will admit, when you first came in and just grabbed a piece and started moving around, it irked me to no end because you had completely changed up how the play was that I was trying to recreate. But in the
If
end,
you
you did give me a distraction, so thank you.
if you think your opponents are going to be stationary, I would think again. Especially if it was somebody that you lost to.
No, it's not so much that I think they'll be stationary. I'm more just trying to understand how I lost the first time better. Tried not to be stupid enough to lose again. Lionel hasn't taken his eye off the pieces as he's talking. He's still just looking at the board.
Correa does his best to rearrange the pieces back into their default position before standing back up and giving you a nod. Now that you probably see it focused on the board as you are. Well, I wish you the best in your studies, although losing yourself in the past is also probably not the best. Remember, always move forward.
I'll try. Foresight has never been my forte, but I appreciate it. And Korea, I say as I begin to move a couple of the pieces and begin to play a game again. Watch over your sister. She made a bargain with something that no one understands. I just have dealt with it enough to know not to trust it.
Lightning flashes behind him, silhouetting him, but you get the brief vision of his slitted eyes against or glowing purple as his entire frame goes black.
I think Lionel. How would Lionel react? I think he looks up and sees that and is worried initially, but decides to, I think in this instance, do an opening move that from the previous game that they played, if Dominic really is looking through Korea, that Dominic would recognize as a variation on it to show that he has comprehended what Korea has said, but is still kind of stuck in trying to figure out things on his own.
A chuckle not his own escapes, and he turns away from you.
I go back to playing the game.
Reginald.
Yes.
Thunk, thunk, thunk.
Oh boy.
Are you in your tent?
Yeah, probably.
Ooh la la. Big burly man going into your tent.
A very large reptilian head thrusts itself past the flap. He can't fit inside of your tent, so he's not going to try. However, he is crouched outside, body and head now jutted inside, totally invading your privacy. It was Reginald, yes.
Yes, that is correct. If you wish, I could come out. I mean, clearly there's not enough space in here for you, but I could exit to converse with you if that's easier.
His head withdraws, and he waits you.
Okay. I'll gather myself and go outside to continue the conversation.
Take a deep breath. Korea is kneeling directly outside. He seems to have gone through excruciating lengths to bring his head level with yours, so that way he can look you eye to eye. And he says to you, "You study the magics."
Yes, I do.
Have you ever seen what afflicted me?
So just kind of like thinking on it, essentially, he had been taken by an actual, like the dragon's trance kind of thing, or was he just controlled by Dominique? Or do I know that?
He was not controlled by anybody. He was simply in a draconic infused rage and incapable of mastering himself. So it's a pseudo control in that the dragon was an influence, but the innate strength came directly from Korea.
Got it. Well, I haven't exactly witnessed it firsthand, but well, until you, of course. But yeah, I have certainly read of such an affliction before. Yes.
Is there a cure for being consumed, or is it simply an internal battle?
Well, from everything that I've read on the matter, it appears to simply be a, how do I put this, a battle of will, so to speak. So long as your strength of character and will holds out against the sway and temptation of whatever grips you, then you may continue to control it and keep it at bay. However, I'm sure that the pull of it is quite intense and likely very difficult to keep contained. for a long duration.
Could you counter it? You are of magic, and magic is controlled by will, the way I understand it. My sister has done it many times, but you seem more apt with it. Could you, is there some way for you to control us if we lose control?
Well, at the moment, I would say that I potentially lack that certain gift or talent in terms of controlling you, but I could affect you in ways that may restrict you from any movements should something similar occur again.
Korea nods, a deep, his chin touching the ground as he looks back up to you. I do not know if we will be affected again. There's a wall of purple around my mind. But if we are, if she is, I don't care what happens to me, but you will save her.
Well, understood. I will give it my all, of course, and I hope to not have to lose anyone if that makes sense.
He rises to his full height and thank you for taking time to speak with me.
He'll give a nod.
He fucks off.
I think while he had his back to Thorn, talking to both Lionel and Reginald, I think Thorn has been pretty much ignoring any of the conversation because she's not trying to eavesdrop, but she has been covering herself in like leaves and like branches and all kinds of shit, and like just waits for the perfect opportunity, just waits for him to walk by, and then just attacks the shit out of his ankles.
Roll a stealth check with advantage.
Ugh. But I have
Ninja
I have disadvantage on stealth checks, so I just roll it.
Uh-oh.
Just roll it flat.
Yeah.
No, still roll it with advantage. I want to see what happens.
Fucking goddamn scrap
Nope.
wood, Glenn.
I rolled a 4. So he has no idea that you're there. He takes 2 steps in front of you. What occurs?
God,
I
poor
think-
guy's about to trip.
Yeah, I think Thorn literally just like full on headbutts him as hard as she can, like in the back of his knee. Because that's the only way she knows how to get him down. And I think that it's probably something she's done before. So she knows that, like, yeah, if I manage to land this, he's going down. It's like you know how have you seen those gifs and those memes of people that stand behind their friends and then use the tip of their toe to push their knee forward and they tumble backwards? It's kind of like that.
Corey immediately goes to retaliate before he realizes that it was in fact Thorn and not Reginald who's fucking with him. And then rolls with it and takes a knee and catches himself on all 4 of his giant ass arms.
Thorn immediately darts off somewhere, just into the woods.
That's
He is hot on your trail. So the evening goes on with crashing and glees of delight out in the woods. But the sky does grow darker, briefly illuminated in erratic intervals with streaks of blue. There's not any rain, but there is a nice, almost pleasant, cool breeze that drifts from the west. Is there anything else anyone would like to do for the evening?
No.
Phenomenal. Then you all retire. The next morning, the sun does not greet you. Sky is completely overcast with very dark thunderheads. It's almost as if you're still wrapped in a pseudo night that's being illuminated by streaks of blue. But you all manage to pack camp and stow it on your 2 wagons and make your way further northeast. As you're traveling, though, Coria spots it before the rest of you as he has height over you all. And he points out to you a cow in the distance.
Moo.
He makes
Indeed.
a very brief note that there does not seem to be very many farms around in your current area. So it seems odd to him that there is livestock about. Do you all care to investigate, or will you leave the cow be?
Don't stop falling for that trick again.
It's
The cow is not a cow.
You think it came from Conneberry or Butterskull Ranch?
Perhaps it could have broken loose in the storm, or it could have run off, should the ranch have been under siege and found its way on the trail.
Thorn is, I think, riding on Coria's shoulders, and she's just like got herself flattened against him and is just glaring at the cow from like over his shoulder.
I think Lionel will go ahead and go over and take a look, just to be sure.
It's a white and brown cow. It has a cowbell on.
Mhm.
Um, as you circle the cow, you notice on its hind quarters there are the initials BAK branded. She
Mhm.
seems extremely docile and almost overwilling to follow you.
Okay, well. Apparently, we have a cow now. Reginald, do you know of any farms or associations in the area with the brand of BAK?
No.
I enjoyed that. Thank you.
I was either waiting for John to say no or for you to say to him, "Yes, you do," and he'd be like,
Yeah,
"Yes,
exactly.
I
I was debating if I was gonna do long pause and be like, I don't know, do I?
do."
No, you do not.
I know of no such farm, stead, or ranch that has such a branding.
Well, as you said, it's likely not too far from where we are anyway. So, if we meet the ranch who owns the herd that this head of cattle belongs to, I'm sure they'll be thrilled to have it back.
Yes, I would agree that would be a good recovery.
At least put you in their good graces, right?
basically. I
So-
will get some rope and just kind of tie it loosely around. You said she has a bell, correct?
Yep.
I'll just tie it around the bell so that I kind of as a lead and just attach it to our wagon as well.
Thorn. Thorn immediately starts smacking Gloria on the head. I want that.
No.
Give me that.
He grabs you
Gloria.
and places you on the back of the cow.
I immediately take the bell and just dart off. Ringing it the whole time, just cowbelling, baby.
Just cowbelling, baby.
Mood.
At least they know that we are here.
Yes. Yes, our presence is likely well known among the land at this point.
If you all were trying to be stealthy, I apologize. I am not made for stealth.
Be perfectly honest, none of us are. As I just let my armor kind of flow up all around me in form.
Well, you all take the cow. Funny that BAK was on its backside. Ha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
The
Cow
rest
got back.
The rest of your travel to Connieberry is uneventful, save for the arrival itself. As you roll up to Connieberry, the town is in ruins. Many of the buildings either burnt to the ground or utterly destroyed. There is only one or two intact buildings. But as you all approach what would be the center of the town, uh, you notice the well, which the town seems to be built around, has three visitors in the forms of what looks like riding horses.
So as best we can decide, we can discern here, like we rolled up to this place, everything is like literally in ruins, and there's just three fucking people with horses just chilling.
Or is it three horses just tethered to something?
And they are untethered, sort of just roaming about, foraging in the center of this ruined town. There are no people, it is completely deserted. There are old blood stains here and there, a few smoldering ashes. But beyond that, the town is bereft of life.
Are the horses bareback or they have saddles on them?
Ooh, they are saddleless.
Okay.
However, are you approaching them?
I think at the moment, unless someone else wants to do something, I would say yes. Because I mean, this town's in ruins, and we need to kind of pass through it to get on our way to Skull Ranch. So
You all will have to either camp outside of this town or inside of it. You will not be able to make the next 15 miles before
nightfall.
nightfall.
Well, we could just camp in town. If it's already destroyed and deserted, it's not like people are going to necessarily be back here.
Well, I suppose, but at the same time, what if somebody is lying in wait? Bandits, marauders, orcs, what have you.
I could scare them out. But if you all wished to do something about those horses, I would do so before I trudged into the center of town.
I mean, we could take the horses and tether them to the cart. That
Yeah,
way,
and just
when we get more people, like we have more ways of getting people out.
all we need now is like a sheep and a chicken, and we'll have a whole entire petting zoo.
Horsey power. Horsey power.
Yeah, I think Lionel will go ahead and move up to the horses and move up to them calmly and see if they react skittishly or not.
They are skittish. However, if you'd like to continue your approach, I will need an animal handling check.
Definitely not good at that. It's okay though.
Can I assist him? Can Thorn like get on the other side of the horses and just kind of like serve as like just put her arms out and just kind of serve as like a not a distraction, but like, hey, you can't go this way.
Sure.
There you go. Now you get advantage.
Oh boy,
Who's
you
been
all
rolling
ready?
tonight? It needs-
Ready for it.
Colt,
Hell yeah.
don't waste my aid.
Then say you want to go and investigate them yourself.
No, because mine is just as bad. Actually, no, mine is a +0.
No! I was gonna say, no, yours is not just as bad. Mine is the worst of the party. I know this because I have a negative
So-
1.
Does Daddy Reginald have to step in and do everything? Because
I don't know. It depends
I
on
have
what
+2.
happens.
I
Like
have a
what
plus.
happens with the horses.
The horses are suddenly very alert to your presence and
Mhm.
grow wide-eyed looking for an escape. If you are going to do something to deter them or calm them down, you will have one chance to do so.
Oh boy.
I mean, I could do a thing, but it'd be kind of mean.
If anybody is going to do anything or assist anybody else, please say so.
I'm looking through my stuff right now, see if I have anything first. But if someone else is gonna do something, feel free.
I was gonna say if no one else is gonna attempt to calm anything, I will attempt to see if I can calm the animals with my masterful high bringing of being able to be familiar around horses and or their controls.
See, I was just gonna try to put them to sleep. And then we could tether them to we get the ropes on them and tether them to the cart, and then I can wake them up. It's like, but if Reginald wants to step in, because obviously Thorn and Lionel are floundering over here, he's more than welcome.
I'm not good with animals.
At this point, it appears to be a joint effort in that Lionel has made a roll. Thorn is pseudo assisting, and Reginald, please make a roll with advantage. Very nice.
Obviously.
Well, the results of that will have to wait. We
That's
will
fair.
be taking
Right
a quick
back. Okay.
intermission.
Okay.
I'll be right back to you. You grab something to drink. It's like a big wheels. Or riding a tricycle. Can't make a tip, nearly.
I don't think any lies have been stated, so
Nope. Only way you can truly fuck up this fight is with meteors.
right.
Which, to be honest, I'm at least expecting 3 fuck ups from the night for it.
Easily. Easily. There'll be a moment
Someone-
of like someone will be like, oh, I don't remember how to do this, and then they'll be like, they'll do it right and be like, oh, maybe that wasn't so bad, and the next time they'll just like have a different position and absolutely fuck it up.
Yep.
Yes, hello, bear. I think we need to clip your claws, buddy.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's been growing and sharpening them.
Mm-hmm. Do you
He's
clip them
ready.
yourself, or you take them
Yeah.
in?
Yeah, I clip him myself. I only clip his front claws because he does not really want me touching his back feet like at all.
My cats don't get a
Um,
choice.
Yeah, I would try to force him through it, but like he just squirms and bites too much if I force it. So
Yeah, you just gotta be careful so they don't grow too long in his back legs.
he keeps them cold.
That's good.
You know. But yeah, as is evident from like he was grabbing my hand before. You see all the see all those pink lines on my hand. That's basically just from his claw dragging over the surface and irritating it enough without like
Yep.
drawing blood. So it's like getting there. It's time.
All right. We back.
Mm-hmm.
Phenom. Well then, you have just critically succeeded on taming these horses. Or I shouldn't say taming, they're already tame. On calming these horses. You give yourself a little. No, stop. Everybody stop. And they immediately, something about your little click, click, clicks brings them down, and they all nicker and neigh and trot over.
I'm sorry.
Yes, that was a moment that just happened.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, D. I really did.
What
Well,
happened? What did I just
Well-
miss?
Look
Bear
at Bear's
climbed up
eyes.
and jumped up on the side of my ear. Let me see if I can go back and get you the moment here. Tito.
That was perfect. It was like a little monkey.
It was. It was a little monkey that just climbed up there, realized it shouldn't be doing it, but just stared at the camera like, oh shit.
That was gold. So, Reginald, you now have 3 horses that are at your beck and call. And now that they're closer, you notice that each one of them has the initials BAK seared into them at some point on their body. Oh, hello, bear.
That's so cute. I love him so much.
So, now that the horses have been removed, so to speak, Coria's presence immediately sets them back on edge. However, Reginald is able to keep them in check as he lumbers his way into the center of the town, checks down the well, kicks a bush, knocks over what's left of a building, and otherwise makes a nuisance of himself until nothing happens. I believe the coast is clear.
Well, let's set up camp then. I will go ahead and try and find something that can substitute as a trough, considering we now have a menagerie of animals with us, and not just the one. And I will get it, and I will use my alchemy jug to create water, and just pour water in to the trough for them all.
Conveniently enough,
Mm-hmm.
there are roughly 2 standing buildings that are serviceable as barns.
Oh,
May
perfect.
have been barns that you all could find shelter in for the evening, as it does sound like it is going to start raining soon. You can hear
Yeah.
the distant, dull drums of the water droplets. So, if you all would like to shelter in that barn, you may. If you all would like to just shelter the animals in that barn, you may. The choice is yours.
Hmm. Well, I think Reginald's kind of a bitch, so he's probably going to want to shelter inside the barn with the animals.
Yeah,
Very well.
might as well.
Thorn will also stay inside the barn with the animals, but she takes the loft. She's up in the loft, like digging tunnels in the hay.
Just to let you know, I got 8 gallons of water I can pour out.
Mayonnaise water, delicious.
It's just,
I'm-
it's fresh water. That's all it is. It's fresh water.
I'm going to go ahead and
Yeah.
say it's a non issue. The animals are well maintained, as is, if a bit wild looking at the moment from their breaking free of bondage. But otherwise, they're well kept, well fed, and can probably go a few days without eating or drinking. However, they take your snacks and your drinks, gifts of water, willingly. Um, Coria, however, while he could fit inside of the barn, opts not to, explaining to you all that he understands that domestic creatures are somewhat terrified of his presence, and he would hate for them to fall asleep just to wake up to him snoring and bolt. So he actually leaves your company for the evening, wandering off into the night to either find shelter or to uh, do the rounds for the evening, as he says. Once again, you all have an opportunity to do anything you would like to do for the evening, any role play or otherwise events. If we all agree that we can just move to the next morning, I will bring us there.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with that.
Thorn doesn't have anything. She's just being creepy and staring at people from the rafters.
Yeah, I
Terrorist.
don't think Lionel has anything either.
And we'll fast forward to about midnight when the rain finally hits with a strike of lightning that wakes everybody up from their slumbers. Righty, lefty, and Lucy. All of the animals are immediately awake, neighing and braying, and otherwise making a raucous noise. They all stay calm in that they are indoors and there's nowhere for them to actually go. However, the night is stormy, rainy, stormy, hurricane stormy.
Oh,
It's
God.
windy outside. And while you all do manage to find rest eventually, it comes late or early, as it were, and fitful. But morning arrives, with it the storm having blown over, somehow continuing to press eastward, leaving you all with that fresh petrichor scent in the air, and that mingles with the scent of farm animals and shit. But as you open up the barn doors, uh, seemingly out of nowhere, it would appear that Coria appears from around a building and nods to you all. He looks absolutely drenched and yet somehow thoroughly alive, as if the storm, instead of wearing on him, invigorated him. You all pack your camp and make for the road again. And the morning finds you cresting a hill and arriving at Butterskull Ranch. Character check. Can you see?
I can see.
Can
I
you
can
move?
see clearly now.
Phenomenal.
I think I moved so fast you couldn't see that I actually moved my character token, so I slowed it down a little bit.
Thanks, man. Nestled between two hills is a large, consisting mostly of corn. On the northwestern side, from your vantage point, you can see what is a pasture for various farm animals. Fences have been either knocked down or left in disrepair for a while. The fences eventually converge on the remains of a barn or what would have been some kind of building that has been burned to the ground. Just south of that, these trees are all apple trees. It is an apple orchard. Everything that is tan, though, that is all corn. So all of these little patches are going to be corn. And then you have gardens of various vegetables and fruits, all next to a pond. Across from the pond, you can also see another destroyed building. You can't tell what it is from here. And then just to the east of the pond, you have a large 2-story intact farmhouse. Currently, roaming through the cornfields, you see various domestic creatures, goats, a few sheep, 2 horses, another cow, that one a bull, and a bunch of chickens and pigs, all of which are just harmlessly grazing amongst the granary and uh, gardens. But a sign directly outside of uh, the fence here labels this as Butterskull Ranch. You have arrived.
Do the goats have bells too?
You're a heathen.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's when he looks at you with like a son of a.
This is what you've done. And you
Yes,
gave the bell.
the goats have bells.
Now you've done it.
Good to know.
Really? That's all I get. So, this is currently if it's not already obvious, this is an enlarged view. Right. So if you all would like to investigate a particular area, just let me know beforehand. I'll move your characters for now, just so that
Okay.
I can pinpoint where you want to go in a way that makes sense to me.
Thorn is 100% going into the cornfields to try to wrangle her goat.
What's your AC?
18.
Oh shit.
Please let this goat score a nat 20.
It's not the goat.
Oh shit.
So you manage to dodge out of 3 of his arms, but the 4th one snatches you up and lifts you into the air. No.
Let me go. Quiet, please.
It is too quiet. There is. Let us investigate before you go creating an uproar.
You want to check the intact building first, Reginald? Seems the most likely place there'd be survivors.
Yes, that was my thought as well. Where there's a roof is likely where there's still individuals, if they're to be found here, unless there is some manner of storm cellar, trap door, or root cellar that is, among other ruins. I suppose the intact structure is best to start.
So, you all are heading to the farmhouse.
Mm-hmm.
You all travel following this white path to this crossroad, and then make yourself or take yourselves north. And as you reach this fork, you're able to see across the pond, and you see about 7 lumps on the ground. Uh, Bodies, it's clear. You can't tell from this distance of what, but there are definitely bodies on the other side of the pond. To the northeast, from this distance, you can actually hear a loud, raucous, uh, it sounds like a party coming from that house. On from where you're at, the destroyed small building right here, you're able to determine was at one point a smithy. I'm going to present the option to either continue to the farmhouse or go investigate the bodies in the smithy.
um. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, but if I was a normal sane person, I would not be celebrating like a raucous party with, several bodies of potentially people I knew or made acquaintances of lying out in the middle of a sun-baked field near a destroyed building. I said we check the bodies first.
Yes, that might be a good idea, given the given the types we've run into thus far in our area. Would not be shocked to learn if there's maybe some cultists nearby, and that perhaps they are celebrating a recent ritual or otherwise. So let's investigate the bodies and see if they appear to line up with such an event.
Very well. So to avoid the farmhouse, you all are going to head northwest along the trail and then
Mhm.
northeast. And as you roll up on these corpses, stink of decay smacks you all in the face. Uh, and littered on the ground are 5 human farmhands uh, in various stages of decay, as well as 2 orcs. To the north is that smithy that is mostly destroyed. A few tools lay scattered about the floor.
If possible, since we're here, I'd like to investigate the remains of, or the ruins of the smithy, rather. See if there is potentially a cellar. See how recently this building maybe was destroyed. If its destruction is more recent, or if it's more of a dilapidated building that has been in disrepair for, and it's finally just kind of collapsed on itself with the storm.
Roll me a survival check. So it's pretty easy to tell that this building was in service prior to its destruction. The timbers have yet to decay. Um, what you could see of the timbers, most of what you see is actually burned to the ground, leaving just the stone foundation and the stone kiln. Uh, as far as a cellar goes, you don't find a cellar. You
Okay.
find destroyed chests and cabinets, but there's nothing secret here or anything like that. It's just
Mhm.
a recently destroyed building, maybe destroyed within the past week.
Okay. And there aren't any like valuable metals or anything left. It's literally just the tools and the ruins, I take it.
Correct. Any metal
Okay.
that would have been there, having been exposed to the elements for this long, I mean, it was mostly iron anyway, so
Right.
you wouldn't have found anything worthwhile.
Yeah.
Unless you're into iron. There is iron here, just not a lot.
Right. I'm more just making sure that whatever metal was salvageable seems to have been taken, which would again indicate being hit by bandits or cultists, as we're under the impression of. There's no basement in here, and it was destroyed maybe about a week ago at most, tops, and it was recent and up until use until then. You can still see some of the fresher scorch marks with the fire where the smithies were using to forge and melt and reheat their metal.
Thorn wants to go over and look at the bodies. Um, is there anything that stands out about the bodies? Like, are they wearing any kind of uniforms? Um, I know that they're like already in decay, so they've been here, for a while. Um, does anything just look like out of place or unusual or noteworthy?
Roll me a survival check. So uh, the bodies of the humans were killed by slashing attacks, except for one. One was crushed to death. Their uniforms, or lack thereof, really just indicates them as farmhands for the ranch. They don't bear any insignia or anything like that, if that's what you're looking for. The area around definitely bears the footprints and uh, trackage of uh, orcs and maybe something else. It's hard to tell and looks very trampled. You believe it could either be just a mishmash of all the footprints, or maybe there's a bigger indent here. It's hard to tell.
She relays all of that to Lionel and Reginald.
Well,
Looks like our friends inside are probably a bunch of orcs.
yes, it certainly seems that way.
Um, as you all entered and made it this far, the four animals that you have picked up, the three horses and the cow, have actually wandered on their own into the pasture.
Okay. Well, this is probably likely where they came from, I would imagine. Given they seem to be more at home now. Are we ready to go and have a look inside the farmhouse? And give a nice big hello.
Do you want to go in, or do you, like, shouldn't we just bring them out?
I was more thinking if we could, we probably want to actually confirm what is in the farmhouse first, if possible. Because who knows, maybe they still have one poor sucker in there tied up.
She nods.
Yes, I think an investigation of sorts is best, but I also am guilty of thinking maybe we just burn the structure down. But we should probably make sure there's no one inside. That
To be
is
perfectly
innocent.
to be perfectly honest, Reginald, I had thought about it, especially a few times, but we should at least make sure no one, as you
Yes.
said, innocent is still in there.
Yes, I'm in agreement. Good. Okay.
Because I got plenty of ways to make oil, so it's very flammable.
Thorn just gives them both a look.
What you've never dealt with orcs before?
What do you mean? Thorn has eaten orc.
Yes, but in this many number, well, it's not something you wish to always deal with in a protracted battle. It's if you can simply contain and dispose of, well, that's much more efficient.
Thorn will take your word for it.
The question is, do we have any way of seeing inside the farmhouse or getting that information without actually going into it?
That is a good question.
I was gonna say, I don't have anything magically that can help us. A lot of my stuff has always been based around making sure that I stay alive longer in a fight, or, I make sure it helps me in my foraging.
Thorn hits things good.
I don't have any magic. I don't believe that's going to help us in this particular instance that's currently learned and prepared. Just kind of going through my spell book and everything.
Yeah. While he's doing that, are we able to see any windows on the farmhouse at all, D?
There are several windows.
Are they on ground level or are they all on the upper floors if this is like a 2-story building?
And they are on both.
Okay. So it would just take someone being sneaky.
I could theoretically ritual cast Find Familiar and use a animal to do some recon. If we wanted to try that approach.
We could.
Yeah.
It would only take 10 minutes.
Let's say it should only take 10 minutes, right? It's not one of those ritual spells that's like, takes an hour.
Yeah, I don't believe so. Casting.
No.
Oh no. Yeah, casting time 1 hour plus 10 minutes.
All right,
Well
so-
then, I guess we're not gonna do that one unless
Well,
we
I
want to
mean,
fuck around for an hour.
We could wait for an hour. It sounds...
It's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot of time, but you said we can hear a raucous party going on, right?
You just. I use the party to describe the
Okay.
noise, but there is noise coming from there. It's
Okay, there's just noise. Got it.
But that's also an extra hour that if there is an innocent person in there.
Right.
Very
I know.
true.
Yeah.
Thorn thinks that we should just, I don't know, go in or something. Or have someone go peek in a window.
There are several windows on the ground floor. I am not doing the sneaking.
Thorn has a +4 to stealth, but she also has disadvantage. So, I mean...
I mean, I have a +3, but I'm in the same boat. I have a disadvantage as well.
Why do you have disadvantage?
Because technically my armor is full plate. And plate has disadvantage on stealth checks when you wear it.
The purpose of your armor is to don and doff immediate.
Yeah. So if you want to, if we do want to do that, then I won't have disadvantage until I put it on. At which point I don't have it on right now.
I
That's
mean,
up
if
to
you want to always be wearing it, that's your call.
No. No, if I can get away with this, I will gladly do that, and I will gladly try and stealth my way up to a window.
Please be finicky. Give me a reason.
Okay. Well, I can try and get up to a window and have a look and see what I see.
All
I
right,
make no
skunk man,
promises.
go on.
I don't correct her this time. I just
Cora is just chuckling.
so yeah, I will try and stealth up to a window on the ground floor and see if I can see inside.
Roll your check.
Yes, sir.
Roll good.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Please.
No.
Yeah, cold.
What?
Every step he takes, he farts.
It's like that's the way it works sometimes with rolls. So how do you want me to fuck this up? Do I trip? Do I break the window that I'm looking into?
All of the orcs are just looking out the window that you peek your head up into.
That might be the
Straight
best.
at you.
Yeah.
They literally watch you approach.
Man.
Sorry, I need a moment.
Nope,
Wasn't
you're fine.
expecting you to fail like that.
I don't think anyone was, but that's what happens
was-
sometimes.
I mean, I kind of
That
was.
accurate.
That's why I
Oof,
told you to roll
oof.
good.
Oof.
So you
Just aiming low. On the...
Wow. Sabotage.
you stealth up to this window
Mm-hmm.
and you don't even look inside. You just like walk. It's almost like you nonchalantly walk up to this window. Like you sort of do that like weird hunch your shoulders but don't actually bend your
Bend
knees
down.
thing.
Yeah.
And you hear from the other side. Hold on. Nope.
Say, check my language.
Some gibberish.
Okay.
And the window opens as you get
Mhm.
within 2 feet of it, and out sticks an orc's head, and he says, "Can I help you?"
Does he look sloshed?
That's putting it lightly.
Yes, actually, we're just wondering. We're here at the request of some people, and we're just wondering who's inside.
You hear from the inside a couple chairs get thrown backwards, and who's there? We got a human here. He wants to know who's inside. Maybe we should invite him in.
I'm going to immediately have my armor kind of slither up all over me.
And he leans further out the window, and he's got some fancy looking armor.
Oh, I take that he's starting to look at me like he wants to kill me. I take it, yeah?
Not yet.
Okay. Yes, well, it's my armor. By chance, do you know about those dead bodies across the river or across the pond?
Yes, the old mate downstairs just won't shut up about how we killed his boys.
Cool, that's all I need to hear. I cast Thunderwave.
Cool. That's all I need to know.
So I need all of the people that are within a 15-foot cube of me. I know that includes at least one to give me a Constitution saving throw.
How does that work through a wall?
Each
Is
creature in
it
a 15.
cone? Yeah, is it,
It's a
how is
cube.
it, what's the shape? It's cube?
It's
Okay.
a 15-foot cube.
Is it in front of you? Is it around you?
It's sweeps out. It's centered on me for the cube.
Okay. So then that would be what, like, basically like this,
It's-
essentially? It would be like 3 squares. 1, 2, 3.
It's basically like this.
Yeah. It goes around
Centered
you.
on
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yep. So 5 feet in each direction, basically around you. So because
I
of the
bet-
window, I say you'd be able to get that, but I don't know about the diagonals or not.
Yeah, that's the thing is it doesn't state whether I was looking at the spell to see if it stated whether or not it went through walls. Blah 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 blah. Successful save.
I mean, unless there's enough force behind it that it would like break the wall out or like blow the wall open. But I feel like that
Yeah.
would have to have a lot of concussive force against it.
Here, this is what it is. Basically, unsecured objects that are completely within the area of the effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from you by the spell's effect, and the spell emits a thunderous boom, audible out to 300 feet. But really, if it just gets in through the window, that's fine, because it's the guy right in front of me, which then just means he gets blown back 10 feet if he fails.
Roll your damage.
Okie doke. The Constitution saving throw is a DC 14 for him.
Yep, he failed.
Okay.
Yeet.
10 points of thunder damage, and he gets pushed back from me by 10 feet.
There's an audible crash as he flies backwards from the window and slams into something else or someone else. Oh boy.
This was literally a Colt walking up to a bee's nest, poking his head inside and saying, "Hey, is there anybody home?" and then smashing the living shit out of it.
I honestly expected arrows to come flying at me, so when they did it, I played
They
dumb.
still may. They still may. You don't.
Oh, they
just
will.
wait. Just
They
wait.
will. They will. I at least gotta hit him first.
Yes, please roll initiative.
Mm-hmm. Very accurate. Just kind of play dumb and play along with it. Hopefully, you get the information that you want out of it.
Yeah, just play. Oh shit! I rolled at an advantage. Damn it. That should be 7. So let me fix
Should
that.
be able to, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
Drunk again.
You all get to go first as you have the surprise. Lionel has already gone, so Lionel, when we get to your turn, I'm going to be skipping you.
Yep, that's fine. That works for me.
Thorn.
Yeah, Thorn's going to come down here.
Real quick, this is the door.
Oh, okay. Is the door open? Because I don't have anything I can click there. I can't see in.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. It's down to the south.
That's the sidewall.
Okay.
I'm looking on the interior and it's got some weird looking icon on it, but I forgot that that was supposed to be the stove. So,
So Thorn's gonna come here. I assume the window is still open.
yep.
I'm gonna shoot. Can I shoot into the through the window into one of these orcs?
You have Lionel and a window in your way. So if you want to do that, you know what? Sure, just fuck it. Fire.
I'm about to become a pincushion.
I just send a bolt flying whizzing right past Lionel's ear, just through the window.
You hit something.
Oh no.
Would you like to do anything else?
Yeah, I'll move another 5 feet this way, just out of the line of the window. That'll be my turn.
Reginald.
I think what Reginald is going to attempt to do is this window open?
No, they are shut.
Okay. He's going to attempt to go around the side of the building down here.
Okay.
Okay, I can see the door now, and he's going to kind of reposition here so he can kind of see the door in the stairwell that leads down to the ground, and we'll kind of be watching for something to come out so he can throw a firebolt at it.
Holding action.
Yes.
Trigger is the door. All right. Well, all right. Here we go. Well, Thorn, from your position, you see this window get blown out, and a orc leans out, puts a horn to his mouth, and blows a very deep, loud pitch.
Oh, shit.
But it is back to your turn.
Is he still in the window?
Yes.
Could I take a shot at him from here?
No.
Hmm.
If you were to shoot at him, it would be like shooting at his arm, or just the inches of his face that are protruding from the window.
Yeah, I'll see 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 25 to get here. And then I'm gonna try to shoot him in the face.
Make your attack. Your bolt whizzes through the now shattered glass and plants into his shoulder. Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
Make your attack, Reginald. Somebody is just.
Fire!
At least you're consistent, man.
Right. Absolutely. I just wish I could do more damage now. That's all. But we'll get there.
The orc kicks open this door and immediately takes a fire bolt to the chest, but appearing unfazed, leaps over the banister and makes his way to you, Reginald. What is your current AC?
It is. I don't think that's active. So minus mage armor, I think it's 13 if I remember correctly. Because I don't think I did. I didn't recast mage armor. I didn't remember to do it or actively do it. So I don't think it's fair to just assume it's going to be on all the time.
Very well. He still whiffs.
Okay. Good to know.
However, you do hear several more footsteps.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Lionel.
Am I able to climb in through this window, or is it too small with me having my armor on now?
You could climb through it.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. How much movement is that gonna cost me?
10 feet.
Okay. And you can just put me inside. Okay, 10. 10, and then there. I got 20 left. 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, move up here. And then I will try and clock this guy from behind. And I will use my bonus action to use a shift. And when I shift, my armor morphs with my physical appearance as well, and the headpiece changes to fit my now elongated jaw and muzzle, so that it looks like it is just a ferocious metal were hyena that is standing behind this guy.
Very well.
For added effect and hopefully scary if he turns around, but let's see if I can hit with my attack. Da, 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 da. 24 to hit.
How would you like to kill this individual?
I think that what Lionel does is he goes in through the window and quickly spots this guy to his left, and as soon as he sees it, he starts moving towards him, and as he does, he shifts and transforms, and then when he gets behind the guy, he brings up his hand to kind of like bring down upon him, but instead of being the normal like gauntlet glove, it changes so that the nails actually become claws, and he just rakes it right through this guy's throat.
For once, it is Thorn being coated in viscera as blood and chunks of orc throat get launched out of the window.
From like 20 feet away. It's crazy.
It's thunder damage, so
It's thunder damage, and also the windows aren't like ground level. It's like a 2 or 3 foot foundation. So
yeah.
Thorn's already had work, so she just kind of like licks her lips a little bit.
Yeah, I think Thorn just sees Lionel inside the house because I don't know how much light gets in through these windows, but just like some of his silhouette in the armor, and it does not look like him normally because it's completely metal and stuff. I don't know if that's scary to her or not.
Yeah, she knows it's Lionel.
Does that complete your turn, however?
Yes, it does.
Reginald, before you is a big mean orc.
He big meaty face. Yeah, I think given the all up in my grill, I think Reginald is probably going to try to smack this dude with his quarterstaff.
Going for the melee.
One-handed because he's got his focus otherwise in his other hand currently.
The staff coming in clutch.
So 11 to hit. Probably not going to make it.
You are not. I apologize.
Hey, it's okay because it's a staff. I'm a wizard. It do be like that.
Well,
So in light of that, I think he will essentially have no choice but to essentially stand his ground because if he attempts to run, he's going to get slapped in the ass, and he doesn't want that to happen. So he's gonna stand his ground, which is against his character, and maybe a development in his character's personality. Who knows? We'll find out.
Or it's a mistake that he will never repeat again.
Right. Or it's just fear that has him, just locked in position and he's not going to run. You never know.
Yep.
well, the three of you hear a mighty roar, not too terribly far away. And we'll move on to this orc's turn.
Unga bunga.
And he do the unga bunga. Let's see.
He's going to bunga my unga.
Da, 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 da. Are you kidding me? Ooh, he hits. You take 6 points of slashing damage as this orc hefts his great axe and brings it down on you. Oh boy. And then let's see here. An orc appears before you, Lionel, charging you with murderous intent. However, before we move on to Thorn's turn, there is a rumbling outside. Thorn, to your north, you spot 3 ogres charging down the road. Coria spots them with you, however, and says to you, "Go, clear the house." And moves to intercept. It is now your turn.
Quick, offer them gold that will let them eat the remains.
Thorn just gives him a nod and watches them go off. And then she's going to take her entire 30 feet of movement to get down here. And since I can't go any further, I'm going to shoot it with a No, wait, hold on. Because what is the range on that? 30 feet. Fuck. I'm gonna hit it with my whip. I'm gonna go whoopsh.
Do the thing.
Actually.
Oh no.
No,
Booming blade it.
I'm going to. Thorn's going to do something she's never done before. And she is going to hold her hands out, and she's going to cast Eldritch Blast on this thing. And
You're revealing things. Stop it.
and I get 2 beams, so
Do the thing. Well, that one misses.
but I think Reginald just hears like Thorn almost like slide around the corner, and she just holds her hands out and goes pew pew. And it's just like crackling purple thunder energy that just goes like whizzing by and into this orc.
It bears the brunt of your attack and is very startled, but otherwise maintains its balance and its stance, rearing to lift the axe in an upward slice against you, Reginald, if it gets the chance. However, does that complete your turn?
Thorn.
Yes.
Phenomenal. I have to pee so bad. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Fine. I have to say, nicely done, freehand mouse, Junie. Well done.
Thank you. I had to turn down the fineness setting on the pen real tiny. Otherwise, it just looked like a blob of color, and I was like, nah, you can't make out any detail. Saving my masterpiece for later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pinned on the kitchen fridge now.
Nice. Nice.
Apologize.
No, all
No
good.
worries.
But let's see here. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Ooh boy. Your AC is an 18,
Correct, sir.
and I still hit.
Ooh.
Whew.
Lord, this is gonna hurt a little.
Ooh, it do. You take 13 points of slashing damage.
Got it. Ouch.
This orc, he uses axe upwards, bolstered as his companion comes running down, and almost in a show-offy fashion brings it down on you. Your armor catches most of the blow, but you still feel it.
Yeah.
The armor's still maybe a little bit stiff from how new it is.
I haven't gotten used to how I move.
However, it is your turn to retaliate.
Okay. I am going to use my bonus action to activate one of my uses of my defensive field. And that will give me some temporary hit points again. And then I am going to use my action to cast Thunderwave again. Need them both to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Blah.
DC is 14.
So one of them makes it, the other one does not. They both
Okay.
get pushed back regardless, correct?
No, only the one that failed.
Oof, that really sucks. So what happens to this northern one is he flies out a window.
Okay, bye.
Excellent. The one that failed takes 12 thunder damage. The one that passed takes 6. And when I activate my defensive field, I cast the spell as well, and I just clang my gauntlets together for my knuckles, and this wave of thunder that everyone can hear inside and outside the house just booms. And then this orc just apparently gets shot through the window on the other side of the house.
Everybody can hear it, huh?
It's a 300-foot audible thunderclap.
Whew,
Nice.
the cheek clapper.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the nice little side effects of Thunder Wave. It lets people know.
I was gonna say, I
Now
don't,
there
I
are
don't
more
know that that's
orcs.
a good thing.
It depends. If you're trying to be intimidating, it can be a very good thing. You're trying to be
Right now,
quiet,
though.
not so much.
Right now, though, you're just drawing more orcs into the equation.
No, they're already all inside the house.
Does that complete your turn?
Yes, it does for now.
Phenomenal. Give me 1 second. Make sure
Mhm.
I've got everybody done. You had the lowest. So, there's another roar from the outside. Thorn, from your position, and Lionel, you can catch this by looking out the window, because this happens to the north. You see Coria in a dead sprint take a leap, easily covering 30 feet, and swinging himself with 2 of his arms onto one of these ogres and promptly decapitating it. Its body continues to run, uh, creatures of instinct that they are, before ultimately it stops and tumbles, and Coria is left with his back towards the 2 other ones. However, it is now. This doesn't seem right. Orc number 9's turn.
Honestly, not gonna lie, Kita, your brother's strength kind of scares me a little bit with Coria.
And big boy.
He is big boy. He's like big boy. He ate all the Wheaties.
Yeah. Why do you think Thorn's entire goal in life is to eat food to catch up to her family? She wants forearms.
Lionel,
Yes.
you are going to suffer an additional 14 points of slashing damage
Okay.
as the returned stroke collides with your breastplate.
Mm-hmm.
Orc number 7, who got launched out of the window, is going to attempt to recover and make his way this way. That's about as far as he makes it. Orn, you witness another orc appear out of nowhere from around the corner. As well as a door being thrust open, you can hear it. But it is now your turn.
Okay. Thorn's gonna come over here And she gonna stab this guy. Actually, am I going to Booming Blade him? Maybe. Yeah, we'll say we'll Booming Blade him too.
Oof.
He's just shaking his head at me. He's so mad right now.
Well, tell me how you booming blade this guy to death.
I think that Thorn has fought enough orcs by now that she kind of like takes her experiences from previous fights and is just like, okay, I know where your weak spot is, and just like sends all of that booming blade energy like into her sword and just like stabs into his torso, into whatever spot she thinks would be the weakest. But the normally like green, like light pale green energy of her normal booming blade is replaced with purple. No, not into the butthole. And I don't ook him in the duker.
I'm just saying it's a weak point.
The spiciest of booming blades, apparently.
The orc is launched into the air and is chunked. Sausage.
Thorn will look at Reginald and just be like, there's more people that way. And she like points in that direction. And let's see, that was 5, 10, 15. That was 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I jump onto this platform or do I have to use the stairs?
If you want to make an athletics check.
Yeet.
I have a +4. I got a 7.
I didn't have Lionel go through the window with an athletics check, so I'm just going to say that yes, you can jump over it.
Okay.
Yeah, it just cost me extra movement. It was doubled, so it was 10 feet to get through the window.
Do you want me to
Yep.
count this as 10?
Yes.
Alright, so the furthest I can reach is here. And that'll be my turn.
Lionel.
Yeah. Oh, my friend came back.
Surprise!
My friend
this-
come back through.
This is a different one.
Oh, okay.
I have to like find these orcs.
Yeah.
Like I'm real glad that it has the little yellow highlight over them
Yep.
when I do the initiative because
It's
Boy.
super helpful.
It sure is.
Reginald.
All right. Having heard from Thorn that there is more around the corner, he is going to peek around said corner and see, oh, there is in fact more around the corner. And he will go ahead and let's look at my spells. I think he will utilize. If I do, it's an area. Yeah, I think it's a cast shatter. So I'm gonna basically, let's see, the cone or the circle is 10 feet, so I'm gonna cast it on this guy to get the other two in the same volley. Like so.
What are the walls of the house made out of?
Wood.
Okay. Just asking
Um,
because shatter has very specific effects with certain materials. Wood is not one of them.
Right. So they have to pass a Constitution DC 13 saving throw, lest they take the brunt of 11 thunder damage. If they pass, they take half-seas.
So half of 11 in this case would be 6 because you round up, correct?
Yes, I do believe.
One of them is shattered.
Oh, you made a gooey mess.
I booped his snoot right out of existence.
The other two manage their saves as you would be surprised at the constitution of an orc.
I am not at all surprised, actually.
Orcs hardy? No.
It's almost
having-
like he
having a
plays one
character.
every Sunday.
Having a character that is an orc. So having cast that and having relocated and kind of seeing the current lay of this corner of the building, that'll be the end of his turn.
Very well. Final. Things are starting to look grim for you.
Mm-hmm. I am going to attack the one that's right in front of me, since that's the one that did not move from my Thunder Wave spell. Going to use my Thunder Gauntlet.
I'm trying to get there to help. My
It's
legs
okay.
are small.
It's okay. 22 to hit.
You do hit.
It takes 8 points of thunder damage.
Bam.
It is
And
still standing.
and then for my bonus action, oh, think I will try and hit with my fangs for my long tooth form and see how that goes.
The old chompers.
17.
You kill it. How?
Ooh.
I think in this instance, given how I started this entire fight, because they said, "Oh yeah, no, we just killed his mates and we're laughing about it," and he's sad about it. Lionel just goes straight for the jugular on this guy with his fangs, and as he does so, the metal just kind of coats around his teeth to just really send home a point about it, and it's kind of like going with the flow of what he is doing, and he just sinks his fangs into this guy's jugular and tears it out with his mouth.
Gross.
And then he just turns and looks at the guy to the north.
Unfazed.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I gotta try somehow. But that will be my turn.
Phenomenal. Outside, you hear another bellowing roar, and it's much closer this time as the two ogres have managed to push back Coria. However, he has gained the upper hand once again, and using all four arms, he grabs one of the arms of one of the ogres and flings them into the side of the house. And there is an audible crunch and crash as the northern side of the house is shattered. And just to add insult to injury, Coria will do a sort of pseudo spin and uppercut this orc right here
Mm-hmm.
and just red mist it.
It's not even a yeet. It's just like
They're sharpened claws, but they're like axe blades. They're not like this. They're like this.
Yeah.
So, you know, they do the hurdy. And this orc, now covered in red mist and possible innards, is afraid.
Got him.
However, it is that one's turn, and he is going to do his fucking utmost to get away from Coria.
Come at me, bro. I'm just a robe-wearing dude who's got a staff.
I got my bonk stick.
And he does.
Hell yeah.
Which die do I want to use? Which one of you's been rolling best? He'll hit.
Oh yeah, I bet he will.
And he will do 11 points of slashing damage to you.
Well, Reginald is maybe a little concerned about that. However, he's still there.
Thorn.
Thorn's gonna bust through this door and take her full 30 feet of movement to go here. And they're gonna stab this guy too. Again with Booming Blade.
Come in the duker. Jesus, can you chill, please?
No. Still standing?
Still standing.
What are you? Sorry, it's the best line in Guild Wars 2. Like that, like hands down, best line. Thorn is also going to do Divine Smite as soon as I can find it.
At least you didn't do it on the crit.
Could have done it on the crit, but it died before I can do it. So
Yeah, so you didn't technically do it on the crit.
Look on your actions tab.
yeah, it's here. I'm just dumb.
Yeah, there it is.
One spell slot for D8 extra radiant damage.
Yeah.
You ook it, and then you pray, and it dies.
Okay, cool.
You duke it real good.
Oh boy.
Lowdy.
And then there was one. Anything else? Reginald.
Well, his eyes are going to kind of dance around a little more frantically, being like, this one's right up in my grill, and he's kind of looking around to see if any of his allies are near or nearby to lend aid, but he realizes they're not, so he will essentially try to smack it again with his quarterstaff as a last-ditch effort on how to deal with this big, burly, mean guy in his face.
Yeah. Just to throw it out there, you have visual on Coria. 10, 15,
Sure.
30, 35, 40 feet away.
Right. But like, he's not here, right?
He's not here with me right now.
I have this big ugly guy in my face, and he's not.
I am
here.
not wrapped in his strong muscular arms.
So yes. Anyways, he's going to swing to attack here with his staff, and hope beyond hope. Yes.
He does, and you get max damage. Nice.
Yay! It's like he calculated it, but it was totally not a frantic, like feverish, reactive thing to do.
You spin your quarterstaff and smack this thing across the face. And you guys ever watch Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. That scene where he like gets cracked upon the head and they're both just standing there and it looks like, well, is he still up?
Yeah.
He's still up though.
Damn. So yeah, you can kind of see the look of like excitement, like, oh, I hit him really well, come across his face, like he's gonna have knocked him out. And then when he realizes he didn't go down. He's like, "Oh shit."
Where is a plane propeller when you need one?
That's right. So yeah, given that, he's going to kind of be a little frozen in place with fear of the moment of that realization and not try to move, and that will be the end of his turn.
Lionel.
I think Lionel will look to Thorn and just ask, "Where is Reginald?"
She just points out the window.
Okay.
Outside. Duh.
Listen, I didn't know where you got to. 25. That's going to cost me 10. That'll be 30. Either way, I have to take a double move. Okay. So I'm just going to 5, 10, 15.
To get to this spot is 30 feet of movement.
Outside, yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know exactly where, but he's outside. So I'm gonna go back outside the window I came
Just
in.
guess. Just
Yeah.
guess.
Perfect.
It's shitty because I didn't install Windows on these.
Yeah,
Lesson
but-
learned.
Listen, I don't think you intended for me to, cast Thunderwave and create an opening for myself either. So
It's more of an interesting thing to not have visibility inside or outside of the building like that,
It
because
is.
it's like, ooh, yeah, he could be right there.
yeah, no, it's very much like when I got in, I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on outside, and it makes me a little nervous because I don't know if they're gonna get really swamped or not. I think seeing that and then I choose the right spot and I see it right there, I will come out the window and try to hit it with my Thunder Gauntlets.
Yeah. Hit it, don't quit it.
12 points of thunder damage.
It only had 1 HP, man.
Well, it did.
I think what I do is I come out this window at full throttle and just slam into this thing. And instead of actually punching it, I just collide with it and bring it down to the ground with such force with my gauntlets that I end up breaking its neck.
It is significantly defeated.
Well, it's about time.
I'm sorry. I had 3 of them to deal with.
Yes, there were 3 out here as well.
One of those might have been mine.
That is, no, I think not.
No, I meant I blew one out the window.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing that, so it must not have happened.
Yep, that's the caption.
You don't get any drunken wisdom from Reginald this session necessarily. Although it's not
No.
over yet, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. We might get it.
It must not have happened is going to be the title for tonight's stream.
Yeah. I didn't see it, so it must not have happened.
You did not see an orc get yeeted out of the window. However, you do witness Coria throwing blows back and forth with one ogre and the other ogre getting up off of the wall that it was slammed into and smacking him in the back with a club. So hard that that giant branch snaps.
Oof.
His scales, undulled by the abuse, and his reaction timing, insane for his size. He takes the blow, finishes the opponent in front of him, turns around, and with all 4 arms, lifts up this ogre and throws him into the house. Thorn, please make a dexterity save.
You can dodge ogres. You can dodge a wrench.
Nope.
Oh boy.
You cannot dodge ogres. All right, how much does this asshole weigh?
He just rolled like 3 times, so
As the glass and wood gets thrown into you, you hear a draconic roar in your mind. You briefly black out. You suffer 16 points of bludgeoning damage and are brought to the ground, buried under the rubble. Lionel and Reginald, you both watch as Coria's eyes, now alight with white fire, immediately dim and start burning once again with purple flame. And he grabs his head and falls to his knees. You all, or I'm sorry, the both of you, hear it as well, however. The dragon's roar. You do not hear it with your ears, but your mind. Both of you will suffer. God damn. 8 points of psychic damage.
Oof.
Noted.
Taken.
Thorn, you immediately wake back up and have full control over your character. There's an echo in your mind of Dominique's voice saying, "Your protection has been granted." You are, however, pinned. The two of you, we are officially out of combat. If you all would like to investigate the house and possibly help Thorn, or investigate Coria's condition, as he is currently either unconscious or simply curled up in a ball on the floor, it is your call.
I think I'll start to revert back to my normal state. Are you better? Why don't you check on Courier? I'll go look in the house and see about Thorn, and hopefully she's not buried under tons of rubble.
you hear Thorn yell, and she just goes, "Oh, my son, Melania! The house is trying to eat me! Help Thorn!"
I'll go help. I'll go help Thorn. You go check on Coria.
And Reginald kind of gives you like a thumbs up as he's like keeling over, coughing, and like taking a knee for a second.
I'll pat him on the back as I move, and I'll cast Cure Light Wounds, and you are healed for 11 hit points.
Wow, that is like 1,000% more HP than I just had before.
Oh, good, because that's my last first level spell for the day. Cheerio!
I am almost at half my HP again.
God damn. Ugh. So glad I have so much HP.
At the sound of Thorn's voice, Coria's shoves himself up with two arms still holding his head and face, and he begins to drag the corpses of the ogres out and pull up the rubble, assisting Lionel and Thorn in freeing Thorn.
Thorn like wiggles out from underneath all the debris, like once they start lifting it up. Bad house.
I mean, I'm honestly surprised most of it is still standing after having that giant ogre corpse thrown at it. It's honestly got a really good foundation and is well built.
Yes, we we probably should have burned it, to be honest, but
No, there's someone still in here, actually.
yes,
And
in
I
the
will-
cellar, not in the house.
Thorn goes over to Coria and will look up at him Are you okay?
He grunts. Clearly not in the mood to speak about whatever just happened to him.
Thorn will just give him a little bit of a pat and look to Lionel and Reginald. Okay, cellar, bad house.
Yes, let's get this gentleman or whomever it may be out and see if we can find others. Maybe, I don't know.
I think Lionel will then start to go through the rest of the house and check in the basement, and if there's an upstairs there as well for this person that the orcs say that they still have. I think they said he was in the basement. But
Surprise!
I
Sorry, what's your AC?
18.
What's your HP?
32.
22.
He was
And-
waiting inside the room for
He
you.
was.
What happens here is you open this closet door, and inside is an orc that is, I mean, you see the whites of his eyes. He is nothing but pure fear at this point. He strikes out at you in pure fear, but is totally ready for your arrival. And he smacks the shit out of you for 10 points of slashing damage. Would you like to retaliate?
Of course.
Do you yelp?
Yes, I think Thorn would be like. I think that she'd be so caught off guard that she can't really formulate words. So she just goes, "Ah, orc!"
Reginald and Lionel, please roll initiative. Just tell me the number.
Okay.
I just want to see if you guys are gonna beat Corey.
No, absolutely not.
Definitely not Lionel.
I don't have modifiers for him, but he rolled a 15. So
It would be whatever his dex score is if you have
Yeah.
that on his character. But if you don't have that, then I can't tell you. So, or if you want to make it up, you can make it up.
he's already uber powerful. I don't want to be in charge of his stats.
Well, I mean,
This is what happens when you suddenly have a
So-
tie.
Reginald, if you had the choice, what would you do?
if I had the choice, given where I am currently, I would assume I would have moved into the house with everybody else as we had, kind of recovered from all. But given the noise, I would probably attempt to rush into the room and, probably fling a firebolt at whatever targets I find.
Just because I don't want to bring the whole house down on top of you all. I'm gonna say that yes, you get to do that.
Cool.
So Thorn, please make a return attack. Let's see if she just doesn't outright kill the thing.
Well, I'm still going to throw it anyways.
Listen, I'm pretty sure if she hits, she's probably going to do something like divine schmurt it to death because it's scary.
I mean, if
That-
he'll let me.
That was my fling as well. Whether or not it hits the guy or it hits the wall behind where he was standing and lights it on fire, I can't.
See, all you gotta do to get Junie to roll max on his fireball is to scare the crap out of Thorn.
Right.
So I'm just gonna go ahead.
I think that what happens here is that like as Thorn goes to stab this guy and like attempts to like stab through him and pin him to the fucking wall, Reginald's firebolt comes over her shoulder at the exact same time and it's just like fire sword.
Fucking deleted. That's what you guys just did to that thing.
And Thorn's gonna dump 15 HP back into herself.
I feel that.
Well, The last orc has officially been defeated.
The last orc has fallen.
I went out of my way to place that guy in that fucking closet. I want you all to know.
Hey,
And the best
it
part
was
is,
good.
I practically
was good.
beelined for that specific door for no reason. I was just like, well, that's a weird room. It's so little. I'm gonna open the door.
Smack. Teach you to open doors.
Thorn's not opening any more doors.
Probably for the best.
So, you all investigate the house, I take it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to start narrating. If something grabs your interest, just stop me.
Okay.
This first area that you all did most of the fighting in is the kitchen. Inside is what you would expect to see in a kitchen. And now, four orc corpses. Let's see. This room that Thorn made her way into is a dining room. It consists of a dining room table, some chairs that are either broken or otherwise standing that had work members in them. Additionally, there are shelves that line the wall with cattle skulls. This northern room is an empty foyer. The room next to it doesn't have a label because it leads outside. And to the south of Lionel, we have stairs that lead upstairs. I'm going to yeet you all into the upstairs. So don't move your characters for a second. Yeet.
Yeet.
This room is a common room. Padded chairs and game tables are arranged about this room, and scattered on the floor are 3 Dragon Ante playing cards and a wooden dragon chess set. Further down, you have some bedrooms. Gotta open all these because, reasons. There is another closet, Thorn.
No.
The room to the north of Thorn is a master bedroom. A large bed and bulky cedar wardrobe dominate this room, which also has framed paintings of landscapes hanging on the walls. Let's see. You have the room to the south there, which is just another bedroom. Looks like it would have belonged to one of the ranch hands. And that is the rooms to the north and south of Lionel as well. And then you have the room that I just moved Reginald to, which looks to be an office. Which has a bunch of business transaction paperwork inside of it, and some desks and a small coffer. And to the south is just another closet. And
With
Go.
Reginald can look over their ledger kind of information, a transaction. Does he see anything that appears to be interesting or out of the ordinary for what he assumes a ranch or a farm would do?
Just on the paperwork, you see a lot of it mentioning sales of what are called butter skulls, or labeled as butter skulls, which happen to be the primary income of this ranch. It looks like it's self-sustaining otherwise. The coffer does contain gold if you would like to take it.
Yoink.
Please add 65 gold pieces, 145 silver pieces, and 220 copper pieces to your wallet.
All right, money man. Do the thing.
Oh, shit. God damn it. Should have known better than to start that.
It was 16, 145, and what was the copper?
He put it in there. Thank you.
Ha ha ha! Very nice. Thank
Okay. I will start that right now.
Would you all like to take any time to investigate any of the other rooms?
Thorn is not opening any more doors.
Yes, because we're looking. Because from what the orc said before we started actually fighting them, there is someone here. We just have to find him. So yes, I would like to
Yes.
investigate the rooms as we go, if possible, or at least the set that I am in front of.
you. Yes, he made it sound like when we discussed with him earlier that they were below.
Yeah.
Thorn's gonna take out the cowbell, and she's gonna ring it a couple times, like really hard. If there's anybody in here, can you like make some noise? Cause like we're trying to help you out, and we can't find you.
I need Lionel to make me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, that was a good roll. 17.
Yes, it was. So
rare.
as you're going through the various bedrooms, I'm just gonna say that you start in the master bedroom and go through all the other ones.
Okay.
The master bedroom, you search the wardrobe. You find a secret compartment on the bottom.
Okay.
Stuffed inside is a suit of mithril chainmail.
Oh. Okay.
And inside each of the ranch hands' bedrooms, you find some coin purses and some personal effects, a few daggers, nothing worth note beyond the coin itself, which will total 6 more gold pieces across the
Okay.
3 rooms.
Got it.
There is one more floor to search if you all would like to.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yep. I suppose we best be thorough.
So, you all go back downstairs, make take yourselves around the back side of the house, find the cellar door, and go down into the cellar,
Yeah.
where you see an unconscious human man tied to a chair, beaten bloody.
I'll go up to him and I'll put 3 HP into him just to kind of heal him up a little bit.
Those hit points are enough to bring him around. The man in the chair, a human, what we'll call veteran, rather large man, probably 6'6", red hair, big beard. Age to him looks like an authority figure, even beaten and bruised. But as he comes to, he's like, "Is that all you've got?" Why? And he's looks around and dazed, and he's like, "I must be dead."
No, not dead at all. Cut him loose, please. But you see, there were these orcs and ogres who had besieged this farm, but we happened upon it looking for survivors, and we killed them all, and here we find you.
You killed the orcs then?
As many as we've seen, yes. I don't believe any remain, unless they're hiding in the well or something.
Oh, thank fuck.
Thorn squints. No more hidden orcs.
Thought I was a dead man for sure. Who are you people?
Well, I am Reginald Alexander Fortuno III, and this is my companion Thorn, and my other companion here, his name is Lionel, and I assume that Thorn's brother's here as well, or would he not fit?
He cannot fit down the stairs.
That's it. Okay. He'll kind of leave it at that because it's no use trying to explain someone who's not visibly here to this guy right now.
Thank you for the rescue. Just wish y'all had come a few days sooner. Most of the folks from Connieberry fled here, expecting me to protect them, but I wasn't able to. Some quack jobs with boars following them and screaming about Talos took the people of Connieberry and fled up north into the woods. Somebody needs to go after them.
So there's cultists in the woods to the north, you say? Interesting. Well, we did see a few when we were over by the hunting lodge, but well, I don't know how many were around. Were there many of them in large numbers, or was it?
Judging by the way they looked, I saw at least 3 when they decided to burn down my barn and get rid of all my livestock.
Oh, we found some of your horses, and we found a cow, and there's lots of things in the corn.
He immediately perks up at Cow. You found Petunia?
Yes,
Yeah.
we found Petunia.
Thorn takes out the cowbell and just dun 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 dun.
He immediately dies inside. You killed Petunia?
No, Thorn just took the bell.
What? Why?
Thorn wanted the bell. Look at it, and she does it again.
Best not to ask questions. Your cow's alive and in your field grazing now.
That's my prize cow. You guys have no idea what that means to me. Thank you, truly.
You're welcome, but I'm not giving this back.
Well, as far as payment goes, I don't really have anything else to pay you for, so you're free to keep it.
Can I have one from the goats too?
My goats are still out there?
Yeah, they're in the corn.
I knew they were eating some goat. I don't know which one, but I could smell it down here. It smells so good. I mean, at this point, you might as well take whatever you want. I don't know where to go from here, so
Well, we came up here to help bring people down into Fandalin for the survivors from Connieberry, but from what you said, it seems most of them got taken further up north into the mountains. So I would suggest going to Fandalin with what you have of your livestock and seeking shelter there for now.
you're probably right. Well, I guess if the horses made it, then shouldn't be too long to trek. But,
No, and if you drop our name with Toblin at the local inn there, he should be able to help you at least get pointed in the right direction to start picking yourself up.
he nods. Very well. Are you guys gonna go after the people of Connieberry then?
Yeah.
Yeah, Reginald kind of looks to his sides. There was a yes, I believe we will. That is our charge at the moment.
Thorn will take her shield and she kind of like points to her tribal symbol on it. If you see anybody with this symbol, tell them you are a friend of Thorn and they will help you get to Fendalen.
He nods.
They're lizard folk. Don't hurt them.
Oh, okay. You all wouldn't happen to have a spare blade, would you?
Let me see. Do I have?
I for some reason have a scimitar in my inventory. I don't know why it's there. I think I might have picked it up somewhere. Yeah, I'll take it out and give it to him.
That's one of the lizard folk scimitars that you took.
Oh, that's
Oh
right.
yeah, that's right.
I don't want to give him that.
Didn't you also pick up like a spear too? That was
There's-
also like from a different tribe.
Yeah, maybe, but I didn't put it in my inventory, so I don't think I kept it.
No. Okay.
I think I saw it. I think it was in like the pile of stuff.
There's also, I don't know, 9 fucking great axes
Yeah.
and spears upstairs.
Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
I don't have a blade to provide you in my person, but I'm sure among the bodies upstairs, there's got to be at least a weapon of use for you there.
He nods.
Can't speak to quality, but
quick question outside of the conversation, because I did find some mithril. What was it? Mithril chain shirt. I think you said.
Mithril chainmail. yeah.
Chainmail. Yeah. Does anyone want that?
Well, before you get to that,
Yeah.
well, if I can get a weapon, I've got some armor upstairs, so assuming that none of the orcs took it.
You mean this, and Lionel will just hand it over to him. Lionel's not an asshole.
He looks at you for a second and realizes that that's his and is like,
You're gonna need it more than we will. You're traveling a road
I
by
don't know.
yourself.
With a horse, I can outrun anything. And he puts his hands up and he says, "You all deserve a reward for what you all did here. So keep it. Sell it if you need to, but I've got connections. I'll be all right."
Very
And
well.
if you guys are heading into the wood, you guys should make for a place called Falcon's Hunting Lodge and look for a man named Gustav Stellern. Tell him I sent you. Although I ain't seen him in a while. Heard he took up a different name. Just ask around there.
I will, since we've been to Falcon's Hunting Lodge, I will describe both Falcon and then Falcon's cook servant
Mhm.
to the man. And which one does he recognize the description of either of them?
He says, "Yep, that's Falcon." He correlates Falcon to being Gustav.
Okay. We've met Gustav Falcon before, and he's aware of us, so.
Well, if there's half orcs in those woods, money's on him knowing the best way to avoid them. So that probably means he knows where he's at. But we used to serve together, so if he needs convincing, just tell him that I sent you. And the people of Coneybury are in danger.
Wait, did we ever get this guy's like name?
No.
Okay, but we don't know who you are though.
He kind of hits his head. Think of Lucas hitting his head. And he goes, "If he asks, my name is Alphonse Calzorn. You can call me Big Al, though. Everybody here, well, used to." He'll know me by Big Al. But I'm gonna go try to get my cow and those horses saddled up, see if I can't salvage anything from the house. Make my way down to Fandalen. I appreciate everything that you've done.
We're sorry that we were late.
Just be safe on the roads.
He nods and says, "Can't be helped. Just try to save them that you can, right?"
With him starting to get ready, it's like what, the middle of the afternoon or something?
Oh no, it's still early morning.
Okay. I think Lionel is going to be like, well, since he's getting ready, we can at least stay here and keep watching. I also would like to take a bit of a break and catch my breath. And would like to take it. I nominate we take a fucking short rest because
Thorn
Yeah.
is down for taking a short rest, but she will go out and help him wrangle some of his animals. And she does claim her goat bell as a second prize. So now she's got one for each hand.
The bell gremlin lives.
I need to find a way to incorporate bells into Penny's story as well. Just so,
Every character
yeah.
has bells.
yeah, just so we can have the trifecta.
So, as you're helping him, he notices that you have a large cart drawn by 2 horses. And he says, "That's not going to do you any good in the woods. You mind if I take that with me to Fandalen? There's lots of here that I can bring back and hopefully help people there."
Well, we were gonna take it and use it to help transport people back when we got them, but the people aren't here anymore. And I think you're right. Thorn thinks you're right. Thorn doesn't think that thing's gonna fit in the woods, and Thorn's from the woods.
It's just too big.
uh,
But she agrees. Thorn doesn't care. She's just happily like running around now, just digging both bells. She's like Naruto running through the cornfields with bells.
yeah.
Well, Big Al makes several comments on how nice these horses are. About the cart, the Shire is drawing the cart, and otherwise sets about collecting as many things as he can, getting his chickens wrangled, his goats wrangled, some of the pigs, tying what he can to the sides of the cart, and otherwise making ready to leave.
We do have 5 silver left over from the dividends of all the random coin that we have. I said we just give it to him.
Yeah, some road cash. So I can stop and get some Slim Jims or something on the way home.
Yeah. Get a nice pack of Slim Jims and snap into them.
Right. Get himself a Mountain Dew and some Slim Jims on the way home.
He'll be good.
That's right.
He graciously accepts his own money.
Right. Mhm. But we haven't talked about, but we'll give him his money.
Yeah.
Says thank you. And bids you all farewell after he gets everything going. Coria watches him leave and looks back at the house that he destroyed. I hope he knows I'm sorry about that.
Honestly,
Well,
the orcs probably would have brought the whole thing down eventually anyway, so you're honest.
Yeah.
The lesser of 2 evils.
Right. Plus, he doesn't really know that you did it. There was ogres, for all you know. The ogres could have done it, and he was unconscious, so he is none the wiser.
Coria still has in one of his hands the head of that one ogre that he just ripped off.
Trophy.
You never know when you need to throw a rock at somebody, and I don't know much else denser than a fucking ogre skull.
Fair point. Fair point.
Coria,
Well.
Coria, look what I got. Ding, 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 ding.
If you wake me up with those, I swear I will take them and tie you to a tree with them.
Every morning.
You'll only do it once.
Do we want to explore the ruins of the other building, or do we want to get along? We have limited daylight. And considering there are still people up in the mountains for us to go and maybe save, all the light we have, we should use as best as we can.
Thorn doesn't think there's anything left here. Thorn agrees that we should get as much travel in during the daytime as we can. It's safer.
Agreed.
All right, Thorn's the marker.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Follow the
all,
leader.
you all have, you all have about 25 miles to travel.
Okay.
Now, normally you could do that in about a day. However, traveling through the woods is going to take a little bit longer. It's also already mid-morning, so you've already lost a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say you will have to take at least one long rest along the road going through the woods before you reach Falcon's hunting lodge.
Okay.
But it is going on 10:45. If everybody's okay with it, I say that we pick up next week.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Do we want to do Monday then?
I think so. Yeah, I think that will be best. My work Tuesdays have gotten unruly as of late, and I don't foresee them becoming any easier in terms of the end of the day for me. So, but yeah, so I think Monday will be better because it's less. I have less bullshit going on in the afternoon that I have to catch up on everything else after the fact. So,
Okay.
Monday it is.
Sounds
What a
good.
great way to start the week.